What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I am LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. As you see, great win tonight for them boys. 8 in a row. The flamethrower. New York Knicks defeating the Utah Jazz tonight, 118-103. The flamethrower. Hey, listen, man. All I'm going to say is Nova boys. You know, you see me sign, right? I'm taking my time. Big task at hand. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Drew, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. You see me taking my time with this, right? I'm sighing. I'm doing all this stuff because this has got to be, honestly, the best team probably since those 90s teams, those 90s Knicks. Like, this is probably even better than that mellow team. Like, I'm being totally honest with you. This is the best team since those 90s Knicks. I lived it. I was there. Heavy. This is the best team. And you got to understand, guys, we are down two of our top guns. Of course, you know, the top gun, of course, is still playing, but two of our top guns. Randall, we don't know how long, maybe a couple of weeks, who knows. And OG Anobi's got that elbow inflammation. To be down those guys and to still come out with two back-to-back wins on a back-to-back, which is extremely hard for most teams, is amazing. Dante DiVincenzo, man. Okay. Before I get into Dante and giving him his props. Let's give some props to that front office. Let's give some props to Leon. Right? Everyone's been slamming Leon, me included. Let's give him some props for signing this kid, understanding how he fits with the culture. 4 years, $50 million for this kid. That is a steal. Just like he got us a steal in getting us Jalen Brunson and stealing him from Dallas the way he did. I mean, just guys, listen. You got to take your hat off to him, man. He did that deal. He got us Josh Hart. I don't know who found our Hart. Like who found him? Leon. And then pulling off that deal to get OG Anobi like a thief in the night. Guys, we got to take our hats off today and salute Leon. We got to. Leon Rose in the front office. Because this is the team. This is his team. This is his team that he's putting together. And look at the result. Look what he's putting out there. Look at the product he's putting out there. The city loves this team, man. They love it. Crowdy, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with your boy LV Live tonight. Atlantic Line, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through once again, rocking with LV Live. The whole crew is coming through in here on a back-to-back. I appreciate you guys. Trust and believe I do. Big win for them boys. 118-103. The flamethrower. So before I even get into the playoffs, man, we got the players. We gotta salute Leon, man. We have to. Just being honest, man. Look at the product that's out there on the court, man. It represents the city, man, through and through. All these players represent the city. Gritty, hard-nosed. They defend. It doesn't matter if they got 7-footers out there. There's a whole bunch of 6'5" guards running around there playing gritty. Banging down there with the trees. Those kids got hearts of lions, man. The flamethrower. Fabulous night for him. Fabulous. I don't know how long Randall's going to be out. You know, they still haven't figured out the date and time. I was hoping 3 to 4 weeks. Who knows, man? You know, there's things coming out every day. They're saying that he's still got to get other things looked at, and I don't know if he's going to think about surgery. So they're not really leaning into. So it might be a little bit more than what we thought. Let's kind of pay attention to that. Knicks 100 GM, man. Appreciate you coming through, rocking with your boy LV live tonight. Vibes, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV as well. Everybody's rolling in here. Great win tonight by the boys, 118 and 103. So with Randall being down, man, you gotta love the fight that those guys are giving. Those Nova boys, man, the Nova crew. What about Precious Achua, the BX boy, the boy from the BX? Throw your X's up. If anybody was in here destroying Precious Achua, you should say, I apologize. The way he's playing, man. Amazing, man. The contribution that he's given. Just amazing, man. All together, man. You gotta. I'm watching this guy play. I'm like, yo, man. He's a sleeper with this crew. Sleeper. No one saw this with him. And we don't even need him to be a 2010 guy. We don't need him to try to go out there and get busy. All we need is effort. That's all we need from him. And that's it. Earl, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with your boy LV. Tim, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV tonight. Yo, Tim, man, I'm giving big shouts to the Bronx, man. Our boy Precious Achua from the BX. Repping the BX heavy today, man. Coach, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with your boy LV live tonight. Great win for them boys, 118 to 103. The flamethrower. Precious Achua, man. I love stories like this. I love to see things like this. You know why? Because people were destroying this guy like he was a bum. Like they were killing him. They were like, yo, who's this guy? He's got his hands are terrible. Get him out of there. Guys were killing this dude. I wasn't. I was like, yo, man, I mean, he just got here. Like, you know, I've seen him play before and I thought he was solid. You know, he probably had a hard time kind of getting his, sea legs right with the city, man. You know what I mean? Coming back home, especially. But yo, man, talking about the effort that he puts in, blocking shots, rebounding. You gotta love his effort, man. You got to. And for me, that's the motivating thing for me with this. To be super duper honest, and watching the game, I just love the effort, man. Because you gotta understand, it's one basketball. You know who the top dogs are. You know who it is. But I love the effort. I love that he's down there competing. Sometimes guys just aren't as gifted as other dudes, but one thing you can't coach is effort, man. One thing you can't coach is just going out there and giving 100%, being a big body, blocking shots, banging, rebounding. That's it. Getting putbacks, being active around the rim. That's it. My man Bob said energy. Exactly. And that's all we want. That's all we want. That's all we need. You do that, we're good to go. And him doing that, man, has just changed the whole dynamic of everything, man. Because now we're not really missing a beat with the whole Randall piece or with the OG piece. We're not, because of the effort that he's given us. Beautiful, man. Beautiful, 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 man. Before I get into Brunson and Josh Hart, of course, Josh Hart's triple-double. Would you say, I'm just throwing it out there to the crew, right? Everybody in the LV Live crew, I'm throwing it out here to you guys. Would you say that Dante stole a little bit of juice from the Splash Brothers over there? Would you guys say that? Would you guys say that? Would you guys say that he stole some of the Splash Brothers juice, man? Period. Coach says, wait, it doesn't matter. We can't be happy about beating bad teams. Coach, we just blew out the defending champs and we smacked the Heat like they stole something. I'm confused, man. And we beat Minnesota and we smacked around Philly. I'm all the way confused, Coach. Help me understand, please. Killer Dogs, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. Rocking with the LV Live tonight. Great win for them boys tonight, 118 and 103. Would you say, guys, everybody, that Dante DiVincenzo stole some of the juice from the Splash Brothers, man? Just being honest. Do you think he stole some of that from the Splash Brothers, man? The way he's shooting that pill, man. He almost knocked down 10 tray balls today, man. Hit 9 of them things. And it's not just that. The effort that he gives on the defensive end, he's like, man, he's like a caged dog, man. You got to be careful in them passing lanes dealing with him. So you got him, you got Josh Hart on the wings, man. Then we forgot about OG Anunoby. He had 6 steals the other game. So you got them dudes on the wings and in the passing lanes. You got to be careful, man. And I don't want to hear no more talks about Jordan Clarkson. He looks like a shell of himself, man. He looks like a shell of himself. Man, I don't even want him in the guard. You saw him. He looked terrible today, man. Terrible. Killer Dog says Randall's injury may have been a blessing and a curse at the same time for real. You know what it is, man? You get these guys an opportunity to really play, man. You get these dudes a chance to really work on their game, and they're able to kind of get some minutes to really develop like confidence. You know what I mean? Especially with a guy like Precious Achiuwa. Playing alongside iHeart, right? Those guys are basically the same players. So those guys get extra shots for Dante, get extra shots for, of course, Brunson. Beautiful to see. So all in all, it's beautiful, man. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. You think Josh Hart is listening to the haters? Yeah, he's listening to the haters. He's been listening for a minute now. He's been listening to everybody. Everybody's been killing him too. Triple-double for Josh Hart tonight. 10, 10, and 10. I mean, there's nobody better probably in this league that plays bigger than what he is. 6'4", 6'5", plays like he's 6'9", 6'10". Down there crashing with the big dogs, and he plays hoops, man. You just roll the ball out there and watch him play. Great ball player, man. Understands the game. Understands pace. Understands angles on how to rebound. Understands how to defend. Just a smart basketball player. Remember, guys, we were good last year, but everything changed when he came. Everything changed when he came. And now you're seeing the same thing with Dante DiVincenzo, right? Now you're seeing the same thing with OG Anunoby. It's like we're going up a notch, a notch, a notch. Each time we're adding new additions to this team and guys that are similar to each other, who are just tenacious on the defensive end but can score the ball and who are smart basketball players, man. You got to think Josh Hart, IQ is on 10. DiVincenzo, IQ on 10. OG Anunoby, IQ on 10. Brunson, same thing. But what's important, more important, is the effort is there with those guys. You know they're not going to take no nights off. None. Gotta love it. 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 This team represents this city, man. It does. It represents this city through and through. And I love that about it. I truly do, man. Because in watching the game and watching how these guys play, you feel like they embody the city. They do. And then, of course, you got that assassin at the top of the key, man. You saw Sexton trying to bump him around and trying to. Brunson's just laughing at him, man. Like, come on, what are you doing, man? Get a haircut. You know what I'm saying? You trying to bump me around? Relax, man. Game's over. You got blown out by 40 in Brooklyn. Now you're getting smacked around today. Chill out. Go home. Go back to Salt Lake. Have a Coke and a smile. And that's it. You know what I mean? Brunson was smirking at the dude. We know what that means. That means, yo, you're a clown, man. Get out of here. What you doing? Tim says this team's got a lot of heart like the 94 team. Absolutely, man. A lot of grit, too, man. A lot of grit. It feels like they got the spirit of Oakley and Mason and Ewing. That's what it feels like with this team. DiVincenzo feels like John Starks all over again, right? So does Josh Hart. They all feel like John Starks. Gritty. Hard-nosed. Get in your face. Remember, Starks is about 6'3", 6'4", same size as those guys. Eight in a row, man. 8 in a row. Also, too, guys. What about Big Sims? Who saw that spin move that Sims did and banged it on that dude? I said, yo, Sims coming out, man. He showed his bag last night with the bounce pass, try to do the Euro. Now he doing spin moves. Yo, Sims trying to let it be known, like, I got a bag, man. Let me get out here. Let me get busy. Let me show you what I could do. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love. Scary part in the game, of course, was Grimes going down, man. I was hoping he didn't twist his knee, man. It looked crazy for a second. At first, I've been not seeing that he twisted his ankle. That helped give out. You know what I'm saying? But if his foot would have stayed and it would have been planted and his knee just would have went, oh, yo, man, that could have been an ACL, man. Gotta be careful with those. His ankle being twisted helped his knee out, to be honest with you. So that was just good to see. You know what I'm saying with that? So I'm glad he also had a solid night also, man. But the key with this, guys, in all honesty, the key with this is that you take care of business, man. You take care of business against teams like this. You don't play games. You get rid of them, man. We don't make the schedule. But what we do is we do what we're supposed to do with teams like this, period. And I think that that's how they're supposed to look, man, against these teams. You take care of them. You bump up these wins. When you play against the top teams, you're ready to go. That's it. And when they play against the top teams with the addition of OG Anunoby, they look great. Drew said Grimes is a Charles Smith player. Listen, come on, Drew. Why you bring up Charles Smith, man? Don't do that. Don't do that. Quick Charles Smith story, right? LV Live story time. Here we go, real quick. I don't know if I told you guys this, but check it out. was getting my hair cut in a barbershop, right? This might have been about 10 years ago. True story. In the barbershop, getting tightened up. Pause. So I look over in the other chair. Tall dude stands up. I'm like, all right, look like he's a ball player. But he looks bigger. I said, all right. So I'm zooming in because I'm like, yo, is that who I think it is? It was Charles Smith. So then I look at him. He looked at me. I make eye contact. And I gave him a look like this. Then he put his head down. I said, yeah. You know what time it is. Get out of here. Did I say that? No. But I thought about it. So he knew without me even saying nothing that that's what I was saying. True story. And he walked up out of there. Nobody said nothing to him. That was that. True story. Somebody says Smith was fouled. No, he wasn't, man. He wasn't fouled. Listen, it's the playoffs, man. Ain't no blood, ain't no foul. You got to go up in that Baja strong. He should have went up elbows out. Elbows out. Anybody hacking it would have caught an elbow like it was a machete. It would have been slit open and he would have banged it. Period. But he went up there loose and weak. You got to go elbows out. This is the playoffs, man. Jordan would have caught an elbow in his eye. So what? So what? So yeah, so that was quick LV time story time, man. I had to go through that real quick. All right, come on, let me go through the stats real quick, guys. Precious Achiuwa, guys, 40 minutes tonight. 40 minutes, man, for Precious, man. He played a lot tonight. 8 for 13 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks. Precious had 18 tonight, people. 18 for Precious Achiuwa. Our heart was big again tonight. 29 minutes, 6 for 10 from the field, 2 for 2 from the strike, 12 big rebounds for iHeart, 7 offensive, 5 defensive, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 14 points for iHeart, double-double for that boy. Brunson was Brunson, right? 38 minutes, 10 for 23 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3, 7 for 8 from the free throw line. Almost 10 assists for Brunson. He had 9, 3 rebounds, 29 points, and 1 block for Brunson. Josh Hart was Josh Hart, right? Like I told you, 43 minutes for him tonight. 4 for 10 from field goals, 0 for 3 from 3, 2 for 2 from the strike, and a triple-double for Josh Hart. 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 points. The flamethrower, 39 minutes, 11 for 22 from the field, 9 for 15 from 3. 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 1 block, 33 points for the flamethrower. That boy was getting busy tonight. Sims, also 19 minutes, 1 for 2 from field goals, 4 rebounds, 2 points. Sims was active in that Baja. McBride, 10 minutes, 0 for 4, 0 for 1, 1 assist, no points from McBride. 20 minutes for Grimes, 4 for 10 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3, 2 for 2 from the stripe, 6 rebounds, and 12 points. But altogether, guys, you know what the biggest stat of it is? The best stat? The Knicks only have 5 turnovers tonight. Only 5 turnovers. 46% from the field, 38% from 3, and 94% from the stripe. Let me check it out really quick. Rebounds. Rebounds is about the same. 45 rebounds to their 43. Only all 5 turnovers to their 14. That was pretty much the ball game, guys. Altogether, fabulous win for them boys. Fabulous win. Fabulous win. Jay Supreme, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight, man. Appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew. 118-103. Big win for them boys. Great win, man. Great win, great win, great stats. Like I said, the greatest stat of it all, only 5 turnovers. But as you guys know, turnovers are down because we are absent Randall. We're gonna miss him, but yo, let's keep it a buck. That's why the turnovers are down. We're missing Randall, right? So yeah, Jay, great win tonight, man. Great win, great win. And listen, this is what you gotta do with teams like this. Period. As Randall would say, don't play with your food. And I think that's how you have to go about it. Um, but once again, man, Dante DiVincenzo, man, is just something different. He really, really is. And I know a lot of people want to think about kind of making some changes this year, bringing some guys in. You don't touch that starting lineup. You do not touch that starting lineup. You don't do that at all. If you bring anybody in, you maybe bring in a backup point guard or whatever. You see Deuce only played 10 minutes tonight. I don't know. He had a short leash with Deuce. I don't know why. He should let Deuce rock a little bit. Deuce is not a playmaker, man. He's there to just get buckets. You got to know who he is. So I don't know what was going on with Tibbs with that. I'm gonna mention Tibbs a little later too. I'm gonna say some things I kind of thought he messed up on, but you got to do that, right? So for me, um, I wouldn't touch that first unit, right? So if anything, anybody come in maybe for a playmaker for that second unit. Um, but I got one better, guys. How about this, right? And I think that Tibbs just wants size. I'm throwing it out here to everybody. Why not give Malachi Flynn a chance? Let's see how he does running that second unit. I saw him play a couple of times. He looked decent. Why not give him an opportunity like you gave Precious opportunity, right? People were killing Precious. They were killing Flynn, saying he ain't this, he ain't that. Let's see what he could do. If he's solid enough to just give Brunson a blow, run the offense, let Deuce run the two, Grimes at the three. Let's see what happens. Let's just see. I'm just saying. Let's see what happens. And then we don't even have to make a deal. Now, if you just want to make a deal to get Fourier's contract off, then it's cool and make a deal. But I'm just saying, I think, do we need a playmaker? Yes, we do. But what I'm saying is that before they make the deal, because remember, the trade deadline is up next week. Why don't they go out there this week and see exactly how Malachi Flynn is? If he's decent enough, maybe you could bring in another big. I'm just saying, whatever. Just make some decisions. But I do know that we do need another addition because he only played 8 guys tonight. 8 guys. That's not good. Now, Tibbs kind of messed up a bit, man. I'm gonna tell you where he messed up at. And I don't know what's wrong with him, but sometimes he gets so bullheaded that he can't pay attention to certain things. There was like 2 minutes left in the game. The Knicks were up by 19. Why do you still got Brunson in? He got hit in the face by Colin Sexton. You know Colin Sexton's a dirty player. You know what I mean? You saw what he was doing earlier to Brunson. He might have went up, tried to break Brunson's nose or something like that. He's crazy like that. Why you got these guys in, man? We're up by 19, Tibbs. There's 2 minutes left in the game. They're not going to run off 21 points in 2 minutes, man. Like, get those guys out the game. Get them out. I just did not understand that, man. I was just sitting there looking at the screen like, yo, Tibbs, what are you doing? And he's sitting there coaching to the end, screaming at dudes, my man, we're up 19. Relax. It's a back-to-back. What is wrong with you, man? Get these dudes out of here. We don't need nobody else getting injured. Grimes almost tore his ACL earlier. OG Anobi's elbow's messed up. Like, let's get guys healthy, man. Knicks 100 GM. So here we go. Once again, LV, we knew what it was when we was getting them. We can't have it both ways. Knicks 100 GM. Just let off an atom bomb in the chat, and he's 1,000% right. 1,000% right. That's exactly who he is. So as much as you're frustrated about it, you got to embrace it because we're winning. But at the same time, I'm just saying to myself, Tibbs, come on, man. Come on. Come on. You got to change a little bit. But he had that look in his face. And listen, here's the thing. He made a sub with 30 seconds left. He had the look on the face like he didn't even want to make that sub. He wanted them guys in there until the clock said zero. Now we're good. But as my man Knicks 100 GM said, can't have it both ways. He is who he is. Well said, sir. Well said. Killer Dog says, just like Randall should have been out of the game as well. JCP said, yeah, I agree. I think sometimes he leaves guys in too long when they're up by a large amount in late games, right? Knicks 100 GM said, Tibbs builds warriors, not just ball players. It's a great point. Great win by them boys, man. Great win by them boys. Great win by them boys. Great win by them boys, man. We're building up that body armor, man. We really, really are with games like this. Even though with these games we should win, we're shorthanded and we're building up the body armor. And the body armor meaning that whenever things get tough in the playoffs or maybe later on in the season, when we're trying to make that push for the playoffs, the games like this are building confidence with a lot of guys like Precious Achua, guys like, of course, Deuce, guys like Grimes. You know what I mean? These are building confidence within those guys in games like this. And you'll be surprised which one of those guys come up big for us in a game that we got to have, making that playoff push after the All-Star break. So, so for me, that's why I love games like this, because you're seeing guys get their confidence, man. And once that happens, then that opens up the floodgates for us to have a really, really good team, because guys believe in themselves, guys trust in each other, and guys just start producing at a high clip, man, in pressure situations. And that's what you need. Juice said Tibbs ain't going nowhere no time soon. He's got 1 year left on his contract and definitely getting at least a 4-year extension this summer. We're close, and Tibbs is going to get us to the promised land. You hear that? Juice said he's the man. He's the guy to get us to the top. That's what he said. He said Tibbs is the guy. That's it. Tibbs says if Tibbs steps down, I think the next looks into Jay Wright or Steve Kerr as the next coach. Tim, that's where you're wrong, sir. The next guy in line is Johnny Bryant. Jay Wright's never coming back. He's done retired. He's retired. He's never coming back to coaching. Plus, he's a college guy. I don't know how he would transition with the pros. Pros is totally different. The next guy up is Johnny Bryant. That's the coach in waiting for the Knicks. Knicks 100 GM said Herb Jones is the missing piece. What is Herb Jones? He's about what, 6'8", right? I think Herb Jones is about 6'8". 6'8", 6'9", right? I like Herb Jones. But he's super versatile. Knicks won a GM. But I don't know if the Pelicans, what are they going to want for him? And are the Knicks going to be willing to give up what they want for him? But Task here said, yo, Elvina, man, the Knicks are 17-5 in the Garden. Yo, listen, man, home court advantage, man. Home court advantage. We're taking advantage of certain things at home, right? We're playing well in the Garden, and that's how it should matter. Hopefully, we hear more about Randall. He's the key, man. He's the key. We need him back. What you don't realize how big Randall is, man. And what I mean by I'm talking about size. Pause. He's big. He's athletic. Down in that Baja 6'10". We got to get him back. Of course, healthy, okay, but we got to get him back. We got to get OG Anunoby back. It's good that these guys are resting. Randall's healing up. OG Anunoby's healing up, but we can't have them out too long because remember, if they're out too long, remember they got to get their rhythm back. So when you're out, even though you're out resting, you still got to get used to playing shape. I think OG Anunoby will probably be back Thursday. Randall's going to probably take him some time, but he's got to get back in playing shape. I will tell you this though, I would not be shocked if behind the scenes Mitch is getting ready. I would not be shocked if behind the scenes Mitch is getting ready and prepping for an April return right before that playoff push. Drew said we need Randall and Mitch back. Yeah, we definitely do. We need to see OG and Mitch in that lineup together. Dominant. Tim says, I love Johnny Bryant, man. I think he deserves a shot, but some things about this front office, they say they're going to go in I think he's the coach in waiting, man. Because number one, Tim, they're going to give Tibbs an extension. Remember, him and Leon are like brothers, man. So he's going to give him an extension. He's brought the Knicks back to prominence. You know what I'm saying? To where we're one of the better teams in the league again. So he's going to give him an extension. They're going to make it to where Johnny Bryant, because remember, Giant Bryant is the assistant head coach. So if Tibbs gets kicked out, Bryant takes over. So he's the coach in waiting. So the only time he leaves is if he's going someplace else to get a job, right? Because they just fired the guy down in Washington, right? So let's say in the Wizards they asked to, interview Johnny Bryant at the end of the season. I mean, I could probably see him maybe getting another coaching job as a head coach. But if not, he knows he's the next guy up. So Knicks on the GM says Tibbs has got 4 more seasons tops, if that. Now, I agree. They're gonna probably give him a 4-year extension. That's his boy, man, up there in the GM, man. That he purposely, that's the one he wanted as a coach. That's who he went to go get to coach this team and get them to where they are right now. And guys, listen, come on. The way it's looking now, they're gonna be in the playoffs 3 out of the last 4 years. I mean, come on, man. Last year they went to the second round, and if things go great this year, I think we can go further than that. So that's big. That's big. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way they're going to let him walk. No way. And then Lion said, this team is electric, man. Yeah, they are. They are. Juicer, they brought Johnny Bryant in here specifically to replace Tibbs. They forced Tibbs to put him on the staff, and he's also CAA. See that? It's all connected, man. It's all connected. And remember, Johnny Bryant has a lot of great relationships with a lot of players, man. A lot of players want to come here to play with the Knicks because of him, i.e., Spider Mitchell. Just saying. Jason Supreme said, this is a well-oiled machine now. Players, coaching staff, and management are all on the same page. Exactly. Jason Supreme, well said, sir. You're absolutely right. And that's what's going to make this team, and that's what's not even what's going to make this team. That's what's making this team play as well as they are and pretty much got a pretty high ceiling. The way the Knicks are playing, man, they're a dangerous team right now. And if we get Randall back and he's 90% of himself, not even 100, because he won't be 100 until he kind of gets this surgery in the offseason, because he was going to get shoulder surgery. He's going to get shoulder surgery. He definitely is. If we get him back 90%, and if we're able to get Mitch back 80% coming off the bench with OG Anunoby, nobody's going to play us. No one's going to want to see us in the playoffs. No one. And the way we play and our style of play is going to lean and hurt a lot of teams. You see the way we played last year, what it did to Cleveland. Cleveland just could not handle our physicality, man. They just couldn't. So I think it's going to be the same thing in the playoffs, man. I don't think it's going to change. It's basically the same team. And we just upgraded on the wing, got a legit 3D wing that's about 6'9" and OG Anunoby with a 7'6" wingspan. He's as physical as they come. So our front line is huge. Pause. So if Cleveland thought they had a problem last year with physicality with us, oh, it's on 10 now. Then we added in Precious Chua. He's another dog. So now iHeart's being iHeart. So they're gonna have a serious problem with us this year. And with the addition of Dante DiVincenzo, we're a different animal. We just are now. Big task question, LV. What team in the league scares you? Honestly, Boston and the Clippers, man. The Clippers. Because we don't have enough to match up with those guys. We just don't. They got a lot of firepower, man. And it's the same thing with Boston. When they're clicking, it's just the firepower, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Brunt, you got Tatum, you got Brown, you got Porzingis, and you got Drew Holiday. All them guys can light it up, man, for 30. Like they really can. Porzingis is a matchup nightmare, right? So that's why we've had a hard time with him. Drew Holiday is Drew Holiday, right? He locks up, and he can score. So he's tough up there at the top of the key. He's big. He's like Josh Harper could score, right? So we know what Tatum is. We have nobody for Tatum. Nobody. I mean, excuse me. We do. We have OG Anunoby, but it's going to be tough. Tatum is legit, man. Legit. Right now, Tatum's top 5 in the league, man. So he could score that pill. Randall gets busy against Brown, right? Porzingis is a problem. We have nobody for Porzingis. That pop out 3, that's water. You know what I mean? So we have an issue with him. Then when you go to the Clippers, man, they're the same thing. James Harden's a problem at the top of the key. Kawhi's Kawhi. Paul George is Paul George. They got 4 Hall of Famers on that team, and they're playing at a high level, man. So to beat them 4 out of 7, that's a tall task. Same thing for Boston. So Juice says, I just want Randall back by the Celtics game and Mitch back by the end of March. Mitch will probably be back at the beginning of April, man. Like close to probably maybe a week or 2 left in the season. Knicks on the GM, we don't want no part of the Magic. Trust me. I think we beat the Magic, man. I think we beat them. I think the Magic. They caught us on certain nights, man. They're not that good. It's like J. Cole every time. J. Cole. Cole Anthony. Every time he comes to the Garden, man, he wants to score 40. Like, it's just, Vibe says LV Boston is just a regular season team. That's it. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, man. But the playoffs is the playoffs, man. You got to understand, you got to beat the team 4 out of 7. That's tough. That's tough to do with a team like that. Tibbs' question, LV, to the chat, and y'all think Tibbs will bring us a championship? I think he can, Tim. I think he can, because, Tim, if you're paying attention, they're building a team in his image. And I think they can. And the way he's building it, he's building a strong defensive, gritty team. Most teams aren't built like that today. And I think that with a team like that, it could be very similar to what Denver had last year, right? I mean, you got guys that can score and win. You got guys that can defend. They got Bruce Brown. They got Gordon. They got Porter, right? All those long, athletic wings that can score, that could defend. That was really what their team was. You know what I'm saying? So the Knicks are building something similar this year. Knicks 100 GM said the Magic is our kryptonite. Yeah, man. The Magic's tough, man. Magic's tough, man. But I don't, I don't know. I mean, I'm not too worried about them towards the stretch. I'm just not. Juice says Tatum be having mad light skin moments in the playoffs. I'm not totally convinced about him. Celtics can be had. Oh, I like that. Well said, sir. Knicks one of GM said avoid the Magic at all costs. Jason Tibbs is rebuilding the '90s Knicks. He definitely is. He definitely is. What do you think about Sexton, LV? Should we attempt to pick him up, or is his price too high? Atlantic Line. I think his price is going to be too high. Atlantic Line. He's a really good. He's a really feisty guard, man. He would be great for that second unit for us. Like if he fits exactly what we're building here. He's he's a pain in the neck, and he gets downhill and he could score, but he guards, man. You know what I'm saying? So I like Sexton, but they're gonna want a lot for him, man. They're gonna want a lot for him. Remember, he was starting in Cleveland. He was on his way to kind of making some moves up there in Cleveland, but they moved him for Donovan Mitchell. But so he's starting out there for these guys. So I'm sure they're gonna want to build around him because he's still a young player. How long has Sexton been in the league? Maybe 4 years. He hasn't been in it that long. So they're gonna want to build around a young player like that. So if you tell Danny Ainge with the Knicks, we want Sexton, he's gonna up the price. He's gonna be like, yo, nah. I want 5 first for him. You know what I'm saying? Something crazy, man. And then we're just gonna walk away from the table. All right, hey, Danny, take it easy, man. But I do like Sexton, Atlantic Lion. I do like him. Tim says Sexton would be a great piece, but what are we willing to give up for him is the question. I would give up Fourier and some picks for him, like a second and a first. But they're gonna want more than that for him. They're not gonna want that. That's not enough for a guy like that. He's still young. He's got a very high upside. He's a good guard, man. He's feisty. He gets downhill. He's tough. He's tough. He's no slouch. And he would be a perfect fit to what it is that we do here. Like he just would be. Tibbs would love him. He's like Bruce Brown, but he could shoot. Bruce Brown is a Tibbs type of player. He gets in you defensively. He rebounds. He's always in it, right? He's always in the mix. Kind of similar to DiVincenzo and Josh Hart. Same type of player. Colin Sexton is the same type of player, but he handles the point. He runs the show. So he could run that second unit with no problem, man, and have Deuce over there at the 2, and that will be a smooth transition. Mr. Blanks, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. He said Danny Ainge is a hustler. I'll be careful with dealing with him. Colin Sexton will be a great fit. Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, Colin Sexton popped off the screen more today than Jordan Clarkson. I would not touch Jordan Clarkson, man, at all. Not gonna pay Sexton all that money to sit in the bench and don't see him starting. He's not starting over Dante. No way. No way. No way. No way. Tim, you think Grimes and Evan are one unprotected for Sexton? What you think? You know what, Tim? I like that, but Grimes isn't going anywhere, man. He's too big of what they want to do. And if they put Grimes in a deal, Tim, they're trying to get a superstar. Like that's what the deal is. I don't think Grimes isn't going anywhere. I would be really surprised because he's their one good piece to trade. So they're gonna hold on to him in those picks. And they're not moving Grimes. You know what I mean? He's a good piece coming off the bench for that second unit. He's a great shooter. So he's solid defensively. He's actually coming around now, playing better. So he's a good piece. You know what I'm saying? To trade this summer. So they're not going to trade him to get Colin Sexton. That makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to do that. Knicks 100 GM said, I want Herb Jones more than Bridges. Ooh. They're like the same player, man. But Herb Jones is a little younger. They're like the same player, man. Coach said they paid Jones though. They didn't pay Murphy. Okay, so that's the Pelicans. So the Pelicans are keeping him. Nah, Herb is legit, man. Herb is legit. Knicks 100 GM. Like no one's saying he's a scrub. He's a legit. So is Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges ain't no bum. He's legit too. You put Mikal Bridges over here with us, man. We're going to take off. We're going to be the best team in the East. Period. We're going to give everybody problems. You put Mikal Bridges over here with us. And you put him at that 2 and have DiVincenzo coming off the bench. We would be a problem. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens. But the Knicks are going to make some moves. They're definitely going to make some moves next week. Bridges puts us in the final ASAP. He puts us absolutely immediately. He definitely does. You guys got to understand. And he defends, man. He defends at the top of that key. You got to understand. He's a defensive demon, man. At the top of the key. You do think Dante gets steals? Listen, man, he's getting steals left and right. So you put him, you ready at the 2 with OG Anunoby, Mitch, and Randall, and Brunson at the top of the key. Defensively, we're locking everything up, man. And then you bring DiVincenzo in there. You put Mikal at the 3. You put OG at the 4. You put iHeart at the 5. We'd be a problem, man. No one would want to see us. No one. Jones would make us so versatile next 100 GM. Now I agree, man. Listen, I love Herb Jones. I told you, I think him and Mikal Bridges are basically the same player. He's just a little younger. But Herb Jones got a lot of upside. A lot of upside. Earl Garrett said, I'm not all the way sold on Tibbs taking us all the way. I think he can, Earl. I think he can. The reason why I say that, Earl, is because they're getting players that are similar to what Tibbs likes to do. So they're not getting players that aren't Tibbs players. Like that's why they got Obi up out of here. That's why they're not going after Cat. They're not going after nobody that does not fit what Tibbs wants. Perfect example. You know, they made a move without Tibbs really agreeing to it and getting Cam Reddish, and you saw what happened, right? Cam Reddish didn't play. So now they know, like, all right, we got to get guys that we know are Tibbs guys. And now they're gonna come in here and fit the culture. So this team is being built in his image. And that's why this team is playing well as good as they're playing. Knicks 100 GM says, I'm not sold on Bridges. How are you not sold on Bridges, man? How you not sold on Bridges? Yo, Bridges is cold, man. His game is cold, man. That boy ain't no joke, man. Oh, Cat. Oh, yeah, man. He wants Cat here, man. Cat ain't going nowhere. CP Sports Network, man. Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight, man. If anybody hasn't done so, please go by and subscribe to CP Sports Network, man. They got great talks over there. Sports talk, Knicks, Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets, you know it. The whole New York stuff, man. So go over and check it out. 8 straight, sir. Yes, indeed. Knicks win a big one tonight, 118 to 103. And then Elias says Bridges might be the final piece to our Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah, man. He could be. He could be. What about Easton or Cam Whitmore? I'm going Cam Whitmore, man. I'm going Cam Whitmore, man. I like Cam Whitmore. I do. I do. He's solid, man. Easton's too is nice, but Whitmore, man. Whitmore's a little different. He's got a power game. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's that fits what we do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like Cam Whitmore. Drew says, Drew, you gotta be easy. Listen, a lot of people ain't on to that, man. He said Bridges is the Black Lion in the Villanova Voltron. See, come on, man. Everybody gotta know what's up with Voltron, man. Voltron. Yo, I was the Red Lion, baby, back in the day. The Red Lion. I was Lance. Remember, Lance was the Red Lion. Keith was the Black Lion. Princess was the princess? The Pink Lion. I forgot the fat dude's name. He was the Yellow Lion. You had the other dude. He was the green. Form Voltron, B. Iconic cartoons, man. Iconic. Okay, I said, LV, what's your stance on Grimes? Listen, man, you know what? Grimes has come around, man. You know, at first I thought we should move him, right? You know, I thought he was letting things get to him, getting his head too much, but now he's coming around, man. Now he's accepting his role and how he can produce and really make an impact for his team, right? You know, coming off the bench totally different than starting, right? Now he could just be him. And I think he had to conform and kind of get into that role and get out of his head and kind of get out of the doghouse or whatever was going on there. Now he's starting to play like Grimes. He's starting to hit shots. He's starting to play better. Even though last game was a doozy last night, he played better tonight. So I think he's playing well, man. Does that mean he's untouchable? No, he's not untouchable. I think they're going to move him this summer. But right now, for this playoff push, I think he's untouchable. Juice of the Black Lion was the last one that they found to form Voltron. So agreed. Agreed. But that's what they're trying to form here, man. Trying to form Voltron, man. But listen, guys, listen, let me get up out of here. Listen, appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with your boy LV Live. If it's your first time coming through, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people, right? Also, too, if you're watching this on replay, please leave comments and please subscribe. All right. I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with LV Live and my crew. I will be back Thursday to talk this Knicks Pacers win to try to get 9 in a row for them boys. All right. I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Everybody enjoy their night. Peace.